What's up everyone? In this video, I just wanted to give my first impressions of the Lumix S5. Lumix did send this to me to test out for a couple of weeks. So I just wanted to give some of my first impressions of my first time seeing it. If you're new here, my name is Caleb and I've been doing freelance video production since 2012. But this channel is to help you make your own videos, whether you just started or you've been making them for a while, whether you use the GH5, the S5, or any other camera. If that's something you're interested in, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Now, I've been wanting to test out the S5 for a while now. I just have not pulled the trigger on actually purchasing the camera, but I'm thankful that Lumix let me test out the S5 for the next couple of weeks so that I can kind of get a handle on it and see if this camera is something that I would want to add to my camera lineup. Now, with it, they did send the Lumix 20 to 60 millimeter f3.5 to f5.6, but it is a variable aperture on there. But let me tell you something, this lens feels pretty solid on this camera. So some of my first impressions with this S5 is how compact the body is. It's a little bit boxier than what a GH5 would be. I feel like the GH5 just has a little bit more rounded edges, feels a little bit different in the hands, but the S5 has a really good grip on here, but it is very compact. But I do want to take a look at the sensor, and I am not used to shooting on a full frame sensor. So compared to the Micro Four Thirds, the sensor does look huge. I don't know if you can see it in my other angle here. But if you're shooting on a GH5 right now, that tiny Micro Four Thirds sensor is nothing compared to this full frame sensor. And it's really amazing to me that they're able to fit this full frame sensor in here along with IBIS in this little tiny S5 body. And now that I have the lens off, the lens does feel a little bit lighter. It does feel like a typical kit lens, but it feels very solid when it is actually on the S5. It does not look like it has as many function buttons as the GH5. So if you're used to, totally customizing your GH5, you might not have the same options as you would on the GH5 that you have here on the S5. But one of the things that we love is the flippy screen. So I'm gonna be doing some tests and seeing if the Lumix S5 is a good vlogging camera. I don't personally vlog, but I'm gonna try to do some kind of vlog test just to see if it would be a good vlogging camera for you if you are a vlogger or you like making that type of content. All right, so I have the window open, so there's gonna be like trucks and buses going by right now, so I do apologize for any noise. Oh, yep, there goes a bus right now. But I wanted to get this set up quick so that I could give my first impressions on the S5. Now, one of the things that we're familiar with the GH5 is the dual card slots, and you do have dual card slots right here on this S5. So on this small full frame body, they're able to fit 2 SD cards on here. Now, let's take a look at this other side. You have the mic input, headphones input. So then when you open up this other slot, you have the mini HDMI and then the USB-C charge right there. So I'm kind of bummed that it's not a full-size HDMI. Coming from the GH4 before the GH5, it had that, and that was just a hassle. And I think I actually broke one of those HDMIs. Did I say it has a flippy screen? On the top, you have the white balance ISO buttons, the record button, and a shutter and aperture knob. So let's go ahead and turn it on and see what we get. So I don't have a memory card in it right now, but oh my goodness, okay, so I'm at 20 millimeters and this thing is so wide. And I could actually probably vlog with this at 20 millimeters. I'm sorry, I don't have a memory card in here right now, but I'll get some sample shots up, some of those first sample shots up and see what that looks like. I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, let me get this other camera here and I'm just gonna jump into the menu real quick. So that's what the display looks like right there. And let's just jump into the menu. And the menu looks pretty familiar, it looks pretty close to what we see on the GH5. Some of the different settings. So you're gonna have like the picture style that you're able to change. I'm gonna go through all of these and kind of compare it to how the GH5 is, but you're gonna have a lot of the same type of things like zebra pattern, vector scope. You're gonna have a lot of these same settings that the GH5 has. So let me just go through, I'll go through the top here and I'll just kind of shuffle through some of these settings. Whoop, that was kind of fast, sorry about that. So a bunch of these are going to be very similar to what you get on the GH5. Well, so far my first impressions are I'm pretty impressed, and I'm actually very excited to go test this out. Like I said, this isn't much of a video, it's just first impressions, kind of taking a look at the S5 kind of right out of the box and getting a feel for it. This is a solid little camera. But that's really all I have for this video. If you have the time, it'd be awesome if you stuck around, maybe watch one of these videos that's popping up on your screen right here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.